All right, what is up, everybody? Oh, I need to put on my cam here. Just kind of disappeared on me there for a second.
Yeah, come
Um,
back.
yeah, we are gonna do everything live for you here. Might as well, and kind of go over all of the stuff that was released, and hopefully you guys are going to be involved in what we're going over. I'm going to try to look at uh, some of the comments that's going on. I'll try to, if you are in the Discord, you can go to live Q&A, and we'll try to take a few questions there if you're interested. But yeah, if we can go ahead and get started. I'm trying to pull everything up here on the YouTube side. I am kind of kind of slow when it comes to this, but yeah, actually, just go to the Discord and do stuff there. That's where I will look at all of your questions. Um, but yeah, Canadian
I'll
Bear.
worry about YouTube.
Yeah, you can worry about YouTube. I'll look at Discord. That way, we've got it all covered. So, AMG went live. What was it? Yesterday? Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday.
Yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, and gave us some news about
Yes.
Legion, and I think we'll try to be as neutral as possible. I think we're gonna try to do what we can to give you the information, and then we can give you our thoughts, our personal thoughts. I I have a few things about Empire, sadly, and because I play Empire a lot and Shadow Collective and Republic. I know that you mostly play Republic. That's kind of like your main faction.
Yeah. Ventured out and done a little bit of everything else except for Shadow, but Gar is my home.
Okay. So yeah, if you want, we'll kind of make sure to talk about everything that we think of. But yeah, let's first go over the new stuff. I kind of wanted to point out the new side quest stuff that they posted. I know that they posted the new kind of like environmental stuff, dangerous environments. It's a new game mode that they've got going on. Regular army building. There's a set of phase, special rules. There's no what is it? Advantage cards. You're going to be basically building everything up around the calamity stuff, and it seems pretty cool. I think it's just something fun that they've introduced. So if you go to AMG's website, you can go to the dangerous environments, download PDF, and then the Galactic Conquest is actually pretty cool. Now I don't know if you guys are interested in you know we can do this in between rounds, or we can do it after the league. We could do what we wanted, but what I was thinking is maybe for the Galactic Conquest, we could do a Rebels and Empire bracket side, and then we could do a Republic and CIS side, and then include Shadow Collective with them, and then we can have either two different tournaments going on, or we can have the top players from each one kind of duel at the end. And if it's Empire and Clones, that would be kind of cool there at the end. But it might go together, in between the CIS if they're winning. You might have one final CIS army of droids that kind of held out that maybe the Empire or some, underworld guy kept alive or reprogrammed, and then they're going up against something. So if you guys are interested in a Galactic Conquest, I'm sure that we can kind of write something out and get that going. That's up to you guys. And yeah, I'm already getting a few stuff on the Discord. We'll get to some of them whenever we get to the specific factions. What's your favorite rear delt exercise? You know, well, uh, s- random side note. If so, like if you get on an incline bench, And I want you to hold like 30s or like 35s. You get on a bench and then you like protract your shoulders forward, and you kind of like make sure that you go in almost a Y formation, and then you don't lift. You don't want to push your shoulders back as you lift. You want to make sure that you kind of like scrape the floor and sweep the floor and go away from you, not up. And you basically try to hug the bench with your shoulders. That is my favorite rear delt exercise. Side note. So, all right, Discord.
I'll just agree. Sure.
No, it's a good one. Let's see. And then, why does AMG hate the Empire? Yes, I totally understand.
We're gonna get to that.
Yes, yes. Let's see. And do we have thoughts on the Shadow Collective changes? We're gonna get there. Yeah, I'll just kind of reread some. While maybe you talk about some of the things and updates, so I don't have to get sidetracked too much. But okay, yeah. So first off, since we've already kind of talked about the side quests and the galactic quest, the first thing that we were going to talk about are the removed cards, because I know that is a lot of things that people are very sad about, especially Empire players. We have lost galactic command cards and now you will die, given to your anger, and an entire legion. That's because we have Emperor Palpatine thrown off into the middle,
Reactor.
yes, into the Death Star's reactor. He is now gone. AMG or LFL, someone has tossed Emperor Palpatine and saved the galaxy for others.
All I'll say is it wouldn't be the first time LFL did something like this.
Because when was another time that they had done something?
The expanded universe.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yep. I'm just gonna leave that there because we might get in some
feelings.
Yes. So no more Palpatine, no more IRG, and no more generic Imperial officer. The Electrostaff, Iden's guns, and the bow rifle are no longer upgrade cards that you can take. The command cards, I feel like
they're part of the kit now.
Yeah, okay, so it's going to say the same thing. For Republic, there's no more jetpacks, so you don't have to worry about Jump 2 arcs. You don't have to worry about Rex, sadly, having a jetpack, which is sad. And then the ZX Flame Projector is also gone for the Mercenary command cards. I guess something has changed there. The Rebel Alliance command cards, all in Complete the Mission and Rebellious, are completely gone and changed. The Rebel Alliance unit cards, the Rebel Officer generic is gone, and the Rebel Pathfinders are gone. So Empire and Rebels have now lost something, and, well, at least if you're a Rebel player, you can use your Pathfinders as regular, just Rebel troopers. They said that was allowed now, but you can't use. No, go ahead.
I don't know. I was just gonna say because we got one of the comments on YouTube is talking about they didn't see many jetpacks, which is fair. It was overcosted at 10 points.
Right.
But it was also it was cool, especially after they updated the arcs and the BX Commandos, was that they were opposites of each other. One had up or jumped natively, the other one had charged natively, but both had the other keyword accessible through an upgrade. Which, that was pretty cool. No, that's not the case.
Right.
But don't worry, BXs still have jump and scale.
Yay. At least BXs get all the fun now.
Yes. and more dice at range 3.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. Um,
Hey,
it was nice on Rex, I will say. Um, I think that was
yeah.
mostly the only time people were ever taking a jetpack
Hmm.
in
Yeah.
Republic. And as they stated in the stream, that they still have scale, so it's fine. I mean, I feel like it's like you were like the person in the comments was saying, it was never really seen. I don't think anyone ever brought them, just like they were too expensive.
Hmm.
Um, the upgrade cards, the A180, A300, Biston, and POW, are no longer in the game. And I think those were Jin's guns, Jin's blasters. I think right, something along
I
those
think that
lines,
was
maybe.
her generic one that she could take, or no, that might have been the Pathfinder gun.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. The Pathfinder guns. That's right. For Separatist Alliance, the Super Tac Droid, the generic one, is gone because they're going to be replacing that one with the customizable one. Same thing with Empire and Rebels, so that's not too bad. And then the neutral upgrade cards, Aggressive Tactics, one of everybody's favorite, especially in CIS, is gone. Battle Meditation, Commanding Presence, Comms Relay, Esteemed Leader, Force Lift, which no one ever saw anybody anyway, Integrated Comms Antenna, the Long Range Comm Link, Reckless Driver is sadly gone, and the refurbished Gonk Droid, which I know is going to hit all of us, Shadow Collective, and some of our Rebel players. It's gone. So,
I mean, that is
uh,
one of our questions. What's our reaction to that being taken off?
um, I liked the refurbished Gonk Droid because it did help a lot with at least one crit or two being gone,
Hmm.
especially in the like round one, because I mean it was a 50-50 chance that you would get one of them back or so. And sometimes I never got them back. Maybe I got one back. There was rarity. It was a rarity that I got two of them back. But Ion still takes away a shield. So the fact that there's a lot of Ion out there, I don't feel like it was necessary for the refurbished Gonk Droid to disappear. I know they said it was so strong, but I never saw it as super strong.
Efficient, yeah. I mean, it was really efficient though. Like if every time you, because there are the games where you're gonna get two back every single turn, and then that's just gonna suck to play against. I mean, I think they probably could have just done the Mando treatment and just be two one-time use shields,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because at least that's like your opening turn and whatnot. When it really matters.
Right.
For plank damage, anyways. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's sad to see it go, but it's yeah, I don't know. It's still an Armor 5 vehicle that
Yeah.
is the cheapest heavy in the game
Yes. And I
if you
think
put nothing on it.
exactly. I was about to say. I know a recent list of mine. It I had nothing on there. It's just basically a line of sight blocker and something to annoy my opponent because then they've got to spend time taking an objective piece off the table and not shooting at all of the other important pieces of mine. So,
There you go. Anthony wants to know if you're going to play them competitively.
I at least in all of the league rounds here, I want to do and stick to Shadow Collective because I feel like they're not very popular in some instances. I don't think that a lot of people do play them, and we did see them at Worlds. We did see them do
Mhm.
fairly well, and now
I mean,
that
they got ninth.
yeah, so and
Yeah.
I think that they're doing fairly well, and especially now that the Black Sun heavies, the Magdet and the Scattergun, are going to be able to be used in melee. Their melee profile has gone up, and in one instance you get blast and impact, and the other instance is two red pierce one. So if you still have your full unit, you're going to be throwing some pretty decent dice. And since everything wants to be in melee anyway, it's not bad. So um, I'm not going to be afraid to get everything into melee anymore for Shadow Collective.
Yeah. And I mean, otherwise, I guess really there's only two more changes. I guess we can go over then with Shadow Collective too, because Gar Saxon's 3 pip, instead of giving outmaneuver as the little side buff, it now does Indomitable, which is fine. I mean, if you're giving the orders to Mandos, they're still getting a dodge anyway, so dodging crits isn't as important as just getting a dodge nowadays with how
Right.
cover works. Um, and then is the Mando rockets. I mean, it's consistent. It's what it should have been. It's just sorry, AMG, you were a little lazy there, not fixing that problem that you guys created yourselves for over a year. Like I don't know how else to say that.
Yeah, they are range 3 to 4 now. I was trying
Yes.
to find them on here, but
Yeah,
the
the 1 to 4 was not intended at all. It was a situation they created themselves to solve the IG-11 problem.
the other thing is Gar Saxon's jetpack rocket is only range 2 to 3, so
Mhm. Yeah,
it's I guess he's holding a different rocket than the rest of them.
yeah, it's a little
And
heavy, more heavy duty.
right. Yeah, the Super Commando jetpack rockets are now 3 to 4 still. Blast, critical, impact 1, which is still really nice. And the other thing I was trying to find are what I completely hated is the Mendo shields are still shielded 2. There's no recharge. And with, again, Ion being
Mhm.
present in a lot of lists, you're losing a shield to Ion, and then you spend a shield to block a hit. So, and you don't get recharge, and it's still 10 points. So, if it was 5 points, fine. If it was recharge, 10 points, sure, keep it, because how many times are you going to recover to get that back? So, I think that
Right.
that was terrible.
I mean, at least you never have to worry about seeing it coming from a Gar player, because it's only the Bark speeder that has Ion or
Right.
the grenade.
It's definitely in CIS, Empire, and do Rebels now have an ion gun for the most part?
Yeah,
Since
they've got that 1 to 3 critical gun. That's coming in with the base unit now,
okay,
instead of being I think it came in the specialist pack before. But I think
okay,
it's replacing the Z6, or I think actually they're both from the specialist pack, the DLT and the MPL something something something.
okay, all right.
But I guess also Shadow Collective, were the pilots that they got for the bus always just Shadow Collective heavy or mercenary heavies?
I think so. So like
Okay,
the um,
because if
where are
not,
they?
that's good. Because I mean that means you've already got 2 pilots coming in for the tank on the way.
Yep, the frenzied gunner. That's going to be
Yeah.
super good for the tank because it's like I said, it only shows Shadow Collective heavy. It doesn't specifically say AA5 or anything like that. And the
Hmm.
rating party leader is going to be really good too on
Oh
there.
yeah.
I do like that the gunslinger is also range melee to range 2 for Mandos, and then Rook
Oh,
Cast
that's
is
good.
also melee to range 2 with her weapon profile. So at least their weapon profile has also gone up a little bit.
Hmm.
So that's Shadow Collective.
Yeah.
I don't think anything changed with the other command cards. Bossk is still the same. Everything else is still the same. I think what we had talked about was Bossk's 1 pip is an area attack. It's got the yellow and it says range 1 basically on there, and it says blast and critical.
Hmm.
But if you were to take a look at, Sabine's, it says area weapon, blast critical, and everything. So I feel like, I don't know if something's,
Yeah. It feels like it's just, oh yeah, we forgot to hit copy paste on this one. But I mean, it's funny too that area weapon and detonate are pretty much the same thing. It's just detonate also includes how many bombs you're allowed to blow up at one time.
mm-hmm.
Um, Otherwise, they both say, "Hey, make an attack for each thing at range 1," Eh, like separately. They both say that, so okay.
Well, I guess you can only do so much, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
I guess we can go at Empire. Empire isn't crazy change
mhm.
wise either. Iden, we've got both of our guns on her naturally. So uh, if you're infiltrating in, you can use her high velocity pierce gun, and then you can immediately straight go to her repeater when you need to. So I think this is amazing. I'm absolutely excited about that because then you can infiltrate, quick think, and then high velocity somebody um, with Pierce 1 naturally. And you can still bring ID 10, which I think is still melee to range 1, 3 white, and
Mhm.
suppressive, but it gained Observe 1. So that is going to be awesome to pair, I feel like, with Callus. And Callus is 3 pip because so we'll just take a quick look at Callus, who is now an operative. Oh wait, hold on. And I think with Iden, she gained a command slot. So I think now she can actually have like improvised orders or
Yes.
something like for her courage is courage 3 still. So being able to have inspiring presence on there is going to be amazing. So
Hmm.
that's awesome. I think she used to have 2 red in melee, and it's now 3 black. Um,
Probably.
yes, because I remember if she had tenacity, she was 3 red, 3 white in melee, and so
Right.
getting close to Maul, but not quite there. Um, and Callus is a operative now with Observe 2, Bounty, Charge, Direct, Clone, or sorry, core unit, immune to melee pierce naturally, interrogate. His bow rifle is only melee to range 2 now, and you don't have to recover to flip it and or to gain charge. It's 1 red, 3 black. He's only 2 courage, 5 health. He doesn't surge to crit anymore. There's no tactical. Long shot, he has that now, but you're probably going to want to spend it for lethal, so I don't see why you'd want to spend it to increase the the range. I
Yeah.
think,
Uh, Unless he's getting paired up with like a Veers or something like that.
yeah. Now, if he's
And then
getting
you,
paired up with a commander, I had like Krennic, Callus, Iden, and Din. At least, with Callus being able to give an aim, take an aim, have Exemplar, works well with Iden and Agent Callus. Veers would probably be better because of the Spider 2 naturally. But I thought that the the fact that you can entourage an order onto the Death Troopers and then play Iden's 3 pip, you still at least have all of your Special Forces units having an order. Um, and then with Callus's 3 pip, with the observation tokens giving out suppressive, you have Iden's ID 10 giving out an observation token. You've got Callus's command card, or not command card, unit card giving out an observation token or 2 observation tokens. So at least you have 3 on the table now that you can use
mhm.
to give suppression out, and then maybe you pair that up with the turn of using the advantage that gives out suppression, either ordnance or strafing run. So you could probably panic a few units that turn.
I mean, this is real bad. It's definitely not good. But pair Callus with a Gideon, um, what is it? Gideon, um, Riot Squad to coordinate into a second Riot Squad off of his direct. It's
Yeah,
definitely not good. But now you got 3 things with orders running in at you at least.
true. And with Ruthless, anything that has a face up order can take a wound and perform an extra action.
Or the Gideon upgrade from
Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay. I thought you were
yeah.
talking about Moff Gideon. My bad.
No, no, no. Other Gideon.
True. Because Moff Gideon has Observe 1, so you could also use him. And when
Yeah.
again, with coordinate to a core unit, and then, you have Gideon on there who can coordinate, give another one, and then you give out your orders. Now all 3 corps have an order, and you can use Moff Gideon's Ruthless on them all, which is so much easier. And then maybe you make them big units with the squad. That would be super cool, super nice. But I think those are the only 2 big changes for Empire. Vader still has everything normally.
It's not a change, it was a fix. Imperial Remnant, their whole token thing was initially broken when the documents were re-released. It has since been fixed. It now works again. Your your units can now get independent the entire game again. Instead of just losing that ability altogether.
Right.
And actually, I think Blizzard Force might have changed. I think you could only take 1 commander before, right? Or could you take 2?
With Blizzard, I think you were able to take 2.
Okay, I couldn't remember if it was like 1 commander and 1 operative until they got rid of the operative, and then it was only the commander. But I could be wrong. I guess the other changes. Did you want to talk about Vader's?
Yeah.
Vader's might.
And real quick, I forgot that the range troopers are now 70 points instead of 60 points. So
Empire catching strays when they're getting direct hits also.
Yeah, exactly. There was no reason for that. Now they're just almost too expensive. Maybe maybe with the points update, they'll finally get that and the riot troopers. Maybe we'll see something come down there.
Maybe something in the high command box really loves really loves those guys. Who knows?
So, yeah, I think the one step ahead, which we'll talk about when we get to Lando, the one step ahead, I think they insinuated would be on Thrawn. And so you're able to give somebody a free move action or something like that.
Okay.
If you get the same pip on your command cards, and then with charge, it's going to be really nice. But you're going to be able to move up people pretty fast. So I'm excited for that. I know that we in the Discord got some questions about, the customizable stuff, the marksman, which I'll get to in a minute. How happy are you with that? The Maul card at Adepticon was just a misprint. I don't know if it was a misprint. That could be something that is on the horizon that we don't really know about. It could be a promo. It could be something a little different. So I'm not exactly sure fully about that. And then what models are we hyped for? I think we can talk about that in just a little bit. But okay, so back to with Empire, the command card changes. I think the first one that we wanted to talk about was the Annihilation Looms for Director Krennic. It specifically says that each trooper unit on the battlefield gains 2 suppression tokens. So you're not going to be able to really play this turn 1. You're probably going to have to play it turn 2 because none of the units are on the battlefield turn 1 until later on. And this is going to kick in at the very, very beginning. So sadly,
unless you really hate FDs.
Oh, true. I guess, yeah, prepared positions. Anything that's got prepared positions will get it.
Yeah. It's just the FD is the only one will have to be on the board. Otherwise, they start with a bid.
Yep.
Because they can't move on.
And then the General Veers is 2-pip. It used to say when a vehicle is issued an order with this card, it's going to gain a dodge token and outmaneuver. It's been changed to gain nimble instead of outmaneuver. Maneuver. So at least this whole round, you're going to be able to keep a dodge, which is going to be great for the ATSTs and anything else that you're taking because even, I guess, even speeder bikes, which are still very expensive for cover 1. But yeah, Nimble for that's going to be really nice. And then the Vader's 1-pip, Vader's Might, it's no longer placing a chosen unit leader on the battlefield within range 1. It's now within half a range, but still within height 1. And then everything else is still the same. But so basically, you get a glorified force push, and that's it. It's not actually true might. So
Hmm.
I guess he's just like, instead of force push, he's gonna really force push you. I don't know if you had anything
Yeah,
to add.
it's like slightly. It's weird. It's like slightly stronger than force push because you can go up height, but it's also. Oh well, no, it doesn't even. It's not weaker than force push because force push doesn't trigger standbys anymore, anyways. So never mind. It's just mildly stronger. But
Yes.
it still rolls the dice the same way, which is good. I would at that point I would feel bad for
Mm-hmm.
Vader players.
Right. Now it's just a force push that deals wounds instead of a normal one.
Yeah.
Uh, Agent Callus's 1-pip is gives him hold the line. So since he doesn't surge naturally anymore to crit, he is now going to, when he's in melee this round, he's going to be able to surge to hit and surge to defend. So no need to spend a dodge token to generate the block. And until the end of the round, enemy trooper units that are engaged with Callus cannot move except to pivot. So this kind of tries to clean up the language about disengage and about, in I guess anything basically just disengage, because I guess Jin now has independent move, so she's not going to be able to technically move anymore with this 1-pip. The 2-pip is still really good. The 3-pip is changed to basically say this round, each time an allied unit with a face-up order token makes a ranged attack, after that attack is resolved, the defending unit is going to gain an observation token. So on top of the possible observation tokens that, Callus could put out, or Moff Gideon, or Iden, anyone that's defending with against an attack, they're going to basically have to deal with it. So, and it's only enemy, or it's only allied units with a face-up order token. It's not going to be your entire army. It's only these 3 specific units. So I wouldn't give it to Callus or Iden. I'd give these orders to kind of like anybody else. And additionally, until the end of the round, each time an allied unit declares an attack against an enemy unit that has 1 or more observation tokens, the attacking unit can spend the observation token to gain suppressive. So, like I said, if you kind of paired this up with anyone that has observe and can lay down extra observe tokens, you're going to be able to suppress them like crazy. You're going to be able to stack suppression very well. And even if you use strafing run, that's going to be really nice. And her 3-pip tactical strike is now, instead of giving it to 3 trooper units, you're only giving it to 2 trooper units. Everything else is basically the same. And I think that is it for all of the command cards for Empire.
You mentioned Iden's mild nerf to her 3-pip.
With 2 units instead of 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Don't
I don't even think that there's really any big changes to the upgrade cards either. So I don't think we need to really do anything there. I know, so with Republic, there was really nothing changed either on the unit cards. I think everything is still basically the exact same. So that's...
There's only one change that I know of. It's just the Wookiee Chieftain is no longer unique. You can take 2 of them.
Oh, cool.
Huzzah! Gar is unlocked.
Okay, yeah. So no unique symbol. That's good. I mean, hey, it's a win. There's something for your Wookiees.
Okay.
Something.
Yes. It may not be anything useful, but it is something.
Exactly. We never said it would help. We just said, huzzah.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's really it for Gar's Um, unit cards. Oh, I guess one thing is, I think we're still waiting to find out, but Padme may have lost her range 3 red white Pierce 1 gun.
Okay.
But who knows? Maybe that was the case. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. I haven't seen one way or the other.
Yeah, it's not. At least it's not on the removed list. So I think it's
Mm-hmm.
safe to say that we can still use it for now. For the future, I'm not sure. And then I know the generic 2-pip for the clones has changed. It is now any allied commander. It's not just a clone commander. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the only change. Everything else is pretty much the exact same on that one. And then I think you had mentioned Defiance, the Wookiee 1-pip.
Oh, yeah. You can't do the seize the initiative trick and give your wounded chieftain or Chewbacca the tokens you generate from that card. It now says that you can only give the tokens to the unit that's ordered by that card. So, big sad. Um, there's also they were all changed to English. I mean, sure, it's nice that I can actually tell my opponent what I'm playing, but I'm gonna miss the Sheerwook. Um,
Yeah.
and the Yoda cycle ability has changed on his command cards. Um, so before it was, as soon as you play the corresponding card or a card, you can then return the corresponding card to your hand. It is now written as the next end phase. I think we're just waiting on a little clarification because I wouldn't put it past them to make a little grammatical error. If that is the same turn's end phase or the next turn's end phase. So we'll see. Hopefully it's that same turn because otherwise, ow. Why is he still 170, guys?
Yeah, because you were bringing up the fact that change of plans is really going to mess with that.
Yeah, which I wasn't aware. I wish I'd known about
Right.
that whole trick.
So if you
Because
want
you
to,
used to be able,
yeah, if you want to
yeah,
explain
you
it.
used to be able to, because of the timing of the cycle, if someone played Change of Plans because you played a Yoda card, if the corresponding card was in your discard, you still got to put it back in your hand, and then you could have immediately played it. Uh, Now you can't do that, which seems to be at least the very direct thing that they were challenging. But we'll see if what the actual timing of that is, and hopefully it is um, the same turns end phase at least. Um, but yeah, I think that was really it for Gar cards. Yeah, I
I
don't think.
I know
Oh, go
someone
ahead.
had a question about Boo Radley saying, "Do you wish any of Gar Saxon's specific upgrades got a points decrease or increase?" I wish they'd had gotten a decrease, but I mean, I think 5 for the flame projector is pretty standard. I think 10 still for the jetpack rocket is okay. Um, and I guess for the gun, I mean, I'm glad it didn't increase. I don't think anybody's really taken it much, but it is very helpful.
Mhm.
I don't. I mean, I guess 15 points is just to make it easy. So I just wish he had come down in points a little bit more. I don't think he needs to be 95, maybe like 90, but that's about it. Go down 5 points. No one's really taking him much right now.
Mhm. Uh, then we had a couple other questions relating to Republic also. So, also Boo Radley with the customizable Jedi Knights. How am I going to paint mine? I don't know. Is the short answer. I'll probably do one in like a lighter robe and a darker robe. But then I'm definitely waiting for um like the rebel unit to come out or the the custom commander box to come out before I build my second one. Just so I can swap in a different alien head, so I'm not having two Zabraks, even though the one has a hood on.
Yeah.
Um,
I think I saw one on Facebook. Somebody had painted the robes white-ish, like a whitish
oh,
gray, and that looked really
it
cool to
looks
me.
real good.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna do that. And I know that Grant had put one of Rook's helmets on there to make it kind of like a Jedi Guardian. So that's a really good idea. I know that I think I'm going to wait until the customizable Jedi come out to really get the ARF or the ARF troopers, just so I can customize them a little bit more. And I have some cloned heads still, but that's just not the same to get a really good Jedi Knight mini. But I'm excited. I think I don't know if I'm gonna really make them very alien-like because, I mean, I like the aliens, but it's to me I can kind of put myself more into a Jedi if it's got a human head. But yeah, that's me.
I need someone to make a because I have yet to see. I've looked. I can't find one anywhere. A Nikto head for mini scale, so I can finally have a Jedi that works with what I painted my clones, or at least my phase ones as, which is Keeley's company, which is led by a Nikto Jedi called I'm Gonna Die.
What?
Yeah, it was like a Ryloth or a couple episodes, and essentially that was like it's not pronounced that way, but when you look at it, it's literally spelling out "I'm going to die," and then he dies at the end of the episode.
Whoa! I don't even think I ever noticed that.
Yeah, so I need a Nikto head so I can finally do it.
All right. Well, you heard it, guys. You gotta
Yes,
find
somebody
him
get on
one.
that for me.
Yes. I know that. So let's see. Why does Guard not get to use his pistol in melee? I know that is he. That's kind of sad. He gets to fight at least. And then somebody or Sabine is probably because of the dark saber. Same for Rex and Sabine. I'll have to find out what the
Yeah, Rex is the weirdest one,
yeah.
I would say, because at least like Gar also has the flame projector that he can use in melee, so at least there's that for the one turn.
Mm-hmm.
But Rex has nothing.
Nope.
And especially with the whole removal of esteemed leader for the whole guardian bubble, why can't he shoot us pistols out of melee on the one pip? Please, that won't break the game, I promise.
Yeah. No. 3 red in melee is not gonna to hurt anybody.
Yeah,
I mean, if the arcs can use their guns in melee, why
it's the
can't
same
Rex?
pistols, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Um, I know that the Dark Nut was saying, what upcoming models are you all most hyped for? Probably the customizable stuff. I'm excited that we get to kind of make our own commanders and or operatives. I think, and kind of choose
Yep.
the different abilities. I think that that's going to be really awesome, and I think that's the one I'm most excited for upcoming.
Yeah. I'll be curious to find out what all the um what are they called? The doctrines are.
Hmm.
But then also in the Wookiee battle force, there's 3 other Jedi related titles for unique upgrades, which would be kind of cool to figure out what those are too. I'm looking forward to all that, finding out all those things. Um, and I think also, just since we're talking about that, to throw it out there, the a lot of the battle forces still say rebel officer or imperial officer. More than likely, it's referring to the ones that are coming in the customizable ones still. They're still called officers in that box. So at least that one will give a pass to AMG, even if it's a little confusing.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll probably update that soon. I'm also pretty excited about the new tank for Shadow Collective. in kind of Rebels. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's going to be another good one.
Yes.
But okay, so we are going to get into Rebels. So Jin got a rework. We kind of mentioned it before. Cassian has gotten a rework. You're going to equip the A280 still to him, and you kind of have to at this point. He's going to gain Field Commander, so he isn't operative, but he can basically still do Commander stuff. He is naturally going to have Infiltrate, Marksman, Sharpshooter 1, which I don't think he used to have, so that's pretty nice, and Tactical 1. He, I feel like, is pretty good and pretty decent still. Jin Urso has Independent Move and Agile 1 and Nimble. So I guess anytime you independent
Disengage.
and disengage and infiltrate and sharpshooter 1. So she's going to be really good. I guess independent move is going to trigger agile 1. So she's going to always start out with a
Mm-hmm.
a dodge whenever you don't give her an order. And then
Mm-hmm.
she's going to keep that dodge all the time. And then she's going to be able to infiltrate in real quick and then start moving across the board pretty amazingly. She's got a suppressive melee. She's got long shot and pierce naturally with her blaster. So just a crit. So she's going to be annoying enough that you can't just ignore her. You're going to have to do something about her because she can also get into objectives a lot easier with the independent move. So that's going to be really nice for Rebel players. And Lando is a support unit now, really. He's going to have guidance. So basically Yoda. He's going to have guidance, a core trooper unit. He's going to have allies of convenience, so you can do stuff with the Weequay pirates that'll come out. You can do stuff with the pikes in the Rebels, and you can also do that for all the mercenaries. So like Din, he's going to be able to give orders to Din if he really wants to, and we'll take a look at his stuff. And then with One Step Ahead, I think we had kind of mentioned that with One Step Ahead, I think if the pips match, like if you lay down a command card and then your opponent lays down the command card and the pips are the same, that you get to do a free move action with somebody. I can't quite remember exactly who that is. I think someone, hopefully in the comments, will be able to point that out. And then he's going to have steady and uncanny luck. So at least he's still getting to move and shoot. Same with Han. He's going to have a red and 3... So a red and 3 black with his ranged attack and still surge. Luke looks good. Sabine looks good. I think the art is actually still pretty nice on most of these. And Ahsoka is still going to be great. Still calculate the odds on K2SO. Infiltrate. Incognito. Detachment. Yeah, so he's doing pretty good. Everyone's doing fairly nice with this. I don't think that there was anything crazy with command cards. I think so with the... Where's Lando's command cards? Oh, wait, yeah. So, Luke, you serve your master well. There's been a change with that one. And I don't know who is going to be happy with it or not. But, so basically, this round, Luke's going to gain the following free action. So, for free, you can choose an allied non-commander, non-operative trooper unit within range 1, or suppressed enemy non-commander, non-operative trooper unit within range 1. So here's the things. If it's an allied unit, you can make a free move or attack action. If it's an enemy unit, it's going to gain 3 suppression. So you can't make an attack with anybody now. You have to choose an attack with your own, which, with the fact that you have Rebel Sleeper Cells and the fact that you've got some fleet troopers that are all still shooting pretty amazing dice, well, a lot of dice, that's still going to be pretty powerful. And then if you have the suppression force upgrade, Jedi Mind Trick, yeah, and you play this one, you can give someone 5 suppression tokens, as we were talking about earlier. So
yeah,
definitely going to be panicking somebody.
Speaking of art and Luke, AMG, we got a question. Why did none of these look like Commander Luke? Not even like one of them. Why are they all Jedi Luke?
Yeah, there are no Commander Luke pictures on any of the command cards, even for
No.
Commander Luke.
Yep.
They look cool.
Everything is returned. They all look amazing.
Yeah, like I'll give you that.
It's just not even one.
Yeah,
The Force is the ally very much could have been just left as a Commander Luke one, but whatever.
Right.
At this point, it's just funny.
Like the my ally is the Force could have been him and Han on the stage getting a medal, and it's for 2 units, so it could show them 2 with like Chewie on the side and
Yeah.
R2. And my ally is the Force is the thing that won me episode 1 that got me the medal for blowing up the Death Star. So that could have been cool. You missed an opportunity. You had it.
Yep.
But patterns here. I see some patterns. Okay, so we'll go to.
It's also worth noting that You Serve and I Am a Jedi are only Jedi Knight Luke. No longer can Commander Luke take these 2 cards.
Yes, which is
That is the only case from this update, it seems, where something like that got changed.
Yeah, Shadow Collective Maul can still take every Maul card. So, yes.
There you go.
All right, so with Jyn, they helped her 1-pip now to basically be the exact same. So Jyn Erso is going to gain charge during her next activation. So once this round, when an enemy unit within range 2 and in line of sight of Jyn Erso starts its activation before its rally step, Jyn Erso can gain a suppression token, and if she does, she can make a free move action and then make a free attack action. So she can charge outside of her activation. So they kind of cleaned it up and made it finally work. The 2-pip is... Oh, you had something?
Oh, no, I was just going to say they solved the problem they made for themselves.
Basically.
Yep.
The 2-pip is basically the exact same. Inspire 2 and gains teamwork, whoever she gives the order to. And then with Rebellions are built on hope. When a unit is issued an order with this card, it can gain a suppression token. This round, when an allied trooper unit that has a face-up order token, it's going to gain Danger Sense 2, Indomitable, and cannot be suppressed or panicked. So it just says this round, while an allied trooper unit has a face-up order token, it doesn't say those issued an order with this card for that particular spot. It only says when an unit is issued an order with this card, it can gain a suppression token. All the other ones that I'm assuming that have a face-up order token are going to gain Danger Sense 2 and Indomitable and cannot be suppressed or panicked. So I don't know if that's what they meant by this card.
I'm sure that's going to be ruled on, and no one's going to find it for a few months.
Yes, more than likely. But I guarantee you someone's going to try to do what they can to finagle around this card.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what I would do. Because, I mean, that's
Yeah.
what it says. There's a period, and then it says this round, while an allied trooper unit has a face-up order token. So that's completely separate from the first part. Now, the Lando cards are different. The 1-pip is at the start of Lando's next activation, he can choose up to 1 enemy unit. I don't know why it just doesn't say choose 1 enemy unit. But may choose an enemy unit. Choose up to 1. Choose up to 1 enemy unit within range 2 and in line of sight. If he does, you're going to roll 2 red attack dice and then resolve the effect shown below for each matching result. So if both of them are blank, you're going to choose... the chosen unit's going to gain 4 mobilized tokens. If it's just 1 blank, the unit gains 2 mobilized tokens. And then if it's a hit or a surge, the chosen unit is going to gain an immobilized token. If it's a crit, you're going to gain 2 immobilized tokens on Lando. If it's 2 crits, well, Lando's not going anywhere. Well, he wouldn't go anywhere with 2, but yeah. And then divulging, you can basically give Lando Infiltrate and Incognito this game. So the entire game, he'll have that. His 2-pip is technically a 1-pip. So this card in your is in your if this card's in your command hand during the resolve command card effects step of the command phase. After resolving command card effects, you can return your revealed card to your hand and play this card instead. Treat this card as having been selected, played, and revealed instead of this card. So basically, they were trying to say that this is replacing the old 2-pip that was like, here, just randomly throw this one out, and this is the new extra command that you can give out. You're basically gonna say, I don't want my command card I just played because maybe they have a 1-pip. So then you're gonna be able to place this card out instead and treat this as if it was the command card that you had placed, and then maybe you have a roll off or maybe something happens. But I think that they made Lando much, much better. This is a huge upgrade to Lando. I think that he's actually way more. I think we're going to see him way more on the table, or see him on the table way more nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And then lastly, his 3-pip. Until the end of the round, each time an allied unit with a face-up order token makes an attack, if the defending unit is within range 2 and in line of sight of Lando, and if the attack pool contains at least one blank surge and hit results during the reroll dice step, you can change one hit result and one surge result in the attack pool to crits. So, I mean, it's kind of like gaining marksman in a way kind of deal.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, those are the new changes with Rebels.
Yeah, it's very, very cool.
And I forgot to mention, I guess, with the regular upgrade cards, the jetpack rockets are the exact same for Mandos 3 to 4, blast impact 1. It'll be impact 4, I guess, altogether. And now Rebel Mandos have combat shields that they can use. So they've finally given Rebels the ability to bring shields.
Yes. Sadly, they didn't do the weapons, but that's at least nice that those two things are equaled out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, another Rebel change, because they're the only one that have this. The harpoon cannon for the airspeeder, the tow cable keyword has changed to now on top of rotating. If it does the damage to a vehicle, it also gives that vehicle an immobilized token. So, I mean, it's good against buses, but only really if they have weapons. But also, I mean, that would be kind of cool if you essentially turn your opponent's portable line of sight blocker to your advantage. Would be pretty cool. I mean, it also works against snails and AATs and gaff tanks.
ATSTs.
It's all very useful.
I mean, it's kind of like a punch cylinder
yeah.
thing, but
yeah, or that, but that's also like speed 2.
Oh yeah, okay.
But yeah,
that's an exciting one.
Yeah,
Rebels are getting a lot of fun stuff on this one. I guess they stole a lot of the Empire's secrets, and Empire doesn't get those secrets.
Yeah.
The letter was sent down the chain, but Rebels intercepted it, so Empire doesn't know what the commands were, so they're not getting anything. And Rebels are like, "Oh, we're gonna take over."
I'm gonna take this.
Exactly. Empire at War was a good game. I don't know if anybody ever played that game.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Space was better than ground, though.
Yes.
That whole game.
Oh my god, that was so like. And playing the Thrawn mod and playing it on like on expert or whatever it was, man, you're dead every time. Yes. Speaking of Thrawn, I am excited for him. I think that he's going to be a good addition. I'm hoping that we get to see some more of his stuff coming up soon. I don't know when the next spoilers for anything will be. I don't know. They didn't mention
Mini-Strav, whenever that is. I don't remember at this point.
Yeah, I'm not sure when Mini-Strav is.
I can't remember. I think it's in the summer, but I don't remember when exactly.
Okay. We do have CIS. CIS did not get really many changes. I don't think we really see anything. I think it's all just kind of like the Kraken got the unique symbol and Kalani got the unique symbol, not the super
Mhm.
tac droid. So now it sounds to me that you can take Kraken and Kalani together in the same one. The T series is the same, but the generic super tac is going to be changed. So I guess that's mostly the changes that we're going to see. Everything else was already basically updated. Maul is still the exact same. I don't see
Yeah,
anything different with
it's
that.
really just the Saj's one card, I think.
Critical 4
Um,
instead of Surgeon to crit now, I think.
yeah, and not that it's specifically CIS, but self destruct has changed. Um, which I mean is a bigger thing for CIS than anyone else. But self destruct is now a oh gosh, let me find that again. The X value is no longer related to the wound threshold it has to meet, and before you can do this, you now just have to get to half your wounds or until you are broken, or sorry, greater than half of its wound threshold, or if it's broken. Um, and once that happens, you can then what is it? You can make a self-destruct attack against every unit at range 1 in line of sight. You're going to roll black dice equal to your self-destruct value. For each surge or crit, the unit takes a wound. For each hit, they receive a suppression, and then, like before, once it's done, the unit is removed. Um, it is worth noting that this is no longer a free action, it is an actual action. So you can't run up, shoot, explode. You
Thank
can
you.
only do two of those things.
I'm happy about that.
Yes.
That's just so
Although
much
it feels
damage.
bad for IG-11. IG-11 would be a nice exception.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I don't
um,
think that even any of the normal, just random upgrades were changed.
just two that I know of. Hunter is now on the hunt.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so generic upgrades. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Oh, sorry. You meant for CIS
for
upgrades.
CIS, yeah, I
My
don't think
bad.
there's any like changed upgrades for CIS. I don't think anything has been completely redone for them. And let's
Uh,
see, yeah, B1s, everything's basically still the exact same for that. Now,
and
Shadow
no, go ahead.
or Mercenaries, or what we're gonna?
Well, I guess the only other generic one that had a change would be the what is it? The HQ uplink is now a 2-pip limited uh, item. So, Clone Commandos apologize to everybody for making that, because outside of Clone Commandos, I don't know of a situation where people took more than two typically.
So wait, you have to play a 2-pip in order to, or 3-pip
No,
in order
or
to.
like it's a 2-pip limited, so you can only take two copies.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Um,
Well, I mean,
yeah, so our bad.
yeah. Thanks, guys, for ruining it for everybody. Now no one gets nice things.
Yep. Mwahaha.
Right. Now for Shadow Collective, there's no changes. I think it's the exact same. Nothing has gone up, nothing has gone down, sadly. And Maul still has his normal wound threshold. He still gets 6 wounds and Geo Mastery. So that's fairly nice. Garsax is still 95 points, still has Compel, all that good stuff. Allies have Convenience, which is very nice to have. And then The mercenary also just comes with Boba Fett's stuff. He still has
Yep.
everything you would expect. Cad Bane still has everything you would expect. Bosk, the Rebel Boba Fett is kind of the exact same. Yeah,
Hmm.
there's nothing new.
There is actually one other change for CIS that I'm just realizing. The Separatist Invasion Force, instead of being you must take one commander, you may take one operative, it is now you may take 1 to 2 commanders and operatives, with one being a commander. So you can now do double commander in Separatist Invasion. So you can take Grievous or Dooku with a T series finally.
Hey, okay,
So that's pretty. I'd say that's pretty big for that fact or that battle force.
right.
Not that it really needed the help, but you know that thing was more of a pain for everybody involved, and now it's slightly more appealing.
Now, okay, this is a random side note. Okay, hold on. All right, so first the generic upgrades, and then I want to get to that side note real quick. So
Yes.
generic upgrades, eStims is back to its original, you know,
Yes.
way it was written. I don't know if the hard copies are changed and they just forgot to actually change the, the print and play, so that we might have
Hmm.
2 copies of stuff going around. But for now, I'm gonna do the print and play ones because it's the original text. So that's nice.
Hmm.
We mentioned that the HQ uplink is only dotted twice, and then Hunter is now on the hunt instead. So
Yep.
that's a little different.
Yep.
Offensive
Um,
push.
I don't think we mentioned that the generic CIS and GAR 2 pips are changed. So now you do not need to be a clone or a droid or AI. You just need to be a commander in those 2 factions, and you can use the Bombard cards.
Yes.
Um, and then I think the don't think we mentioned either. Actually, we skipped over one thing in Republic 2 is the shock trooper pilot, the one that lets you hand out surges to things at range 1 after you make an attack, and the veteran pilot from the saber tank that lets you share back and forth with one selected unit. Those can now go on any Republic heavy. Um, and then there's one other change that I know of, but it's not card related. Um, and that would be vehicle silhouettes, where it's worded weird because what is Legion without weird wording at this point? But the effectively it is the height of the body, head, or hull of a uh, ground vehicle determines the line of sight blocking height for that vehicle. Arms and legs don't count. The thing mostly being like if legs or arms are sticking out past the base, like if you're doing a running ATRT, that foot that's sticking out past the base doesn't count for how big the silhouette is, along with the crab droids that have the front leg up in the air. That leg does not count towards the silhouette, it's only to the top of the body. So that's been cleaned up. Oh, actually, one other big change, area terrain. I don't know how we could forget
Yes.
that giant
Yeah.
thing.
I don't know.
Um, but yeah, so uh, do you want me to go over it, or did you want to go over area terrain?
Yeah. Go
Either
ahead.
way.
Go ahead.
So essentially, area terrain is now you can't see through it, but you can see into it or out of it. So if you're both outside of the terrain, you can no longer see through area terrain. So that's great for a lot of the official terrain that's been out over the years, like the downed ATST, the $100 X-wing. um, Sadly, I don't know of anyone that ever treated the crashed escape pod as area terrain, but if it was, that would be line of sight blocking. Now, um, but once you go into the base of the terrain, uh, you can now shoot out of it, and you can now be shot into, um, which is nice, and it creates a lot more flexibility. I know, like, some of my tables, if you guys are ever looking for like cheap and pretty good like area terrain, I think it's Monster Fight Club is the
Mhm.
brand, and they have like little forests that have little uh uh what is it, nylon mats underneath that, or like mouse pad mats underneath them that have like little ponds and forest spots. I mean, those are now, I think they're almost as tall as an AAT for reference.
Oh wow.
If maybe some of the trees might be a little bit taller. So yeah, those are now line of sight blocking, which is really cool and definitely makes that table more interesting for me.
Yeah. I've got I, Battlefield Creative or Creative Battlefield, something along those lines. I used to have him or get his made like palm trees and bushes and stacks of stuff. So I've got a huge table for basically like Scarif tropical stuff. So I guess all that's going to be line of sight blocking now. And
Yeah.
that's going to be so nice to have on the table.
Yes. Especially on like those ones where you can move the pieces around so stuff can still fit in there, but it's like thematically you know what it's like.
Hmm.
It's going to bring a lot of tables alive, and um the Brits over there can't say American tables anymore.
Haha. Um,
um,
I think
yeah.
okay. So this is the kind of side note one. I saw, I guess, in the Discord. I guess it was either you or Grant or somebody posted
Hmm.
ARC troopers having medics.
Yes, that's right. I forgot about that one already, because those are now squad leaders for
Medics
some
are
reason.
squad. Wait, how are medics
I
squad
don't know,
leaders?
but don't worry, don't worry. Engineers are still a personnel,
Because I
and
know,
that was confirmed also, by the way.
really,
Yeah, someone asked, and it's like, yep, no, it's supposed to be that.
and I guess it's because it's the symbol that is here.
Hmm.
So the clone captain symbol is the same exact symbol for the clone medic, and it's not a personnel upgrade like the comms technician or anything else like specialist or yeah, like you said, clone engineer down here. But yeah, so I guess clone medics can now be they're 20 points. That's
You thought 22 was bad.
right. Okay, I need to go get a fourth box of clone medics so that I can have
That
a
was just the train.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I know. It's gross. It's a thing.
Okay. Yeah, I am excited about that now. That actually is going to help quite a bit, especially your arcs. Holy crap. Why bring a captain anymore? Why bring a commander? Just bring a medic everywhere you go. And
Yeah,
then,
I mean, I still like the whole captain combo thing, but yeah, it's hard to argue.
because now, what, if you combine E stims, you lose a guy on that next turn, and then you just use the medic to bring him back, and now you've just saved yourself some hits.
Yeah, yeah. So long as it's someone from a different unit, yeah.
Mm hmm. And that gives you time to bring the medic forward,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, if you need, because you're losing it that round. So if your medic is already gone and now you lose them, well, you don't lose them.
Hmm.
Now, next round, when you do lose them, you can bring them back. So it really is going to help a lot. All right. So there we go.
Yep.
Hopefully, we didn't just break the game that AMG is going to nerf all of that now.
I'm sure they will. It's okay. My expectations are low
Uh,
when it comes to Nerf bats.
uh, well, um, I don't see anything new or different on the live Q&A. So I think that's
Wait, what? Sorry.
no, I don't see.
There's one thing I want to talk about.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Now, I didn't realize this. So pre-show, we were talking about, hey, AMG, like, this is like a generally just constructive criticism thing, is for the tap and exhaust cards, why don't we have a bigger symbol? I was just scrolling through the generic ones. They do exist. If you scroll down to Ordnance, they still have them. In the green arrow, but it's just underneath the points value.
What?
AMG, why isn't this on all the tap cards? And the only reason why I bring this up is with the big push for this to be for new players, the tiny little symbols in the cards, and granted, I don't have the physical cards in front of me at the full size. I can't imagine that's that big. And if you're attracting new players, that's probably something that's going to be really easy to miss.
Yeah. And the X as well.
Yeah. I... So strange.
And these are print and play, so they could be changed tomorrow.
Yes.
Well, granted,
Even
someone's
if they don't go to the and if they don't make it to the printers, oh well, big deal because the card packs are supposed to come out in August, so there's no way they're going to be able to fix that.
Right.
But print and play, please, please fix that. You still have the symbol somewhere, as we can see now. Please fix that.
And I think that's mostly everything.
Yeah.
I am kind of excited to do a Galactic Conquest event. I think that would be very fun to do with Battle Forces and with, just in general, all the different factions.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, hopefully people would be down to kind of just, I don't know, play it and kind of see how it goes.
Yeah. I guess we can finish out with the one of the first questions we got on the Discord from Boo Radley. Or actually, before we do that, Pally is saying that watch them take it off of the ordinances instead.
Oh no.
I could totally see that happening.
Yep. No nice things. No nice things.
Yeah. I guess the question we can end off with is, who is your favorite clone trooper from Star Wars lore?
I only know kind of like from the show. I never read any of the comic books or anything like that. And I don't know much about Gree. I don't know. I mean, Cody is okay. Rex is kind of more of my favorite, I would have to say. And I don't know much about the clones that were in like season 2 of the Bad Batch. I think those guys at least looked really cool. Yeah. But and Clone Trooper, and I never really played the Delta Squad game, Clone Commando stuff. But yeah, I'd have to say Rex, because I'm your standard guy.
All good. Mine, in my heart, it has to be Darman from the Republic Commando book series. But if we were talking about Disney canon,
I don't think he never specified Disney canon.
This is true.
I think he just said in lore. So I would assume that does cover some of the Legends stuff.
So then, yeah, Darman all the way. Excellent book series. It's definitely underrated.
So who is Darman?
He is the demolitions. Oh yeah, Alpha 17. Yes. He's the demolitions expert from Omega Squad. which is essentially uh, Battle of Geonosis. All the clone commandos were just kind of thrown and not used properly by the Jedi, and so a bunch of them died, leaving like one or two left in their squads. So Omega Squad was one of those squads where they took four commandos that lost their squads and threw them together. And yeah, um, and yeah, so he was. There's this whole relationship with like Jedi context, and it's all like Black Ops stuff and whatnot. Um, and unfortunately, that series, we, I had it's my main reason for why I have issues with Disney.
Okay. Because I
And
think,
anyone who's a fan of that can understand.
well, I think I remember listening either Stupendous Wave or Theory. I forgot who it was talking about. I think it was Mace Windu who the clone commandos hated the most.
Yes, yeah, it was Mace Windu.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because he just
yeah, because essentially
sacrificed them basically.
he used them as regular troops instead of specialized like special forces.
Mm.
Yeah, but yeah, no. Mandalorian culture was better in the day before Disney, before the dark times.
Before the dark times. Yeah, that's
The-
kind of sad.
yeah, yeah. I can go on a rant about that later. We don't need to do that today.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I think that that's all the questions for the most part. I don't think there was. I mean, building your own commander. I'm not exactly sure if that was in reply to something else. Um, Models that we're most hyped for, definitely the uh,
Yeah.
customizable stuff and the pirate stuff, pirate tank, Jedi, clone trooper marksman. Oh yeah. So what's your guess on how the clone trooper marksmen are gonna look keyword wise? I don't think they're gonna have keyword soup. I think they're just gonna be like range 4.
They just have the 3 because they showed them in the on one of the slides, the
The
front of the
marksman.
card. Yeah,
Okay.
they've got marksman, prepared positions. They are speed 1 and they have long shot with range 1 to 3.
Okay. Okay.
So shore troopers.
Yep.
Except we have better courage, so we're going to cost more.
Yep. Only because you can token share.
Yes.
Maybe some of their upgrades
Yeah.
will give them an extra surge or something like that. But I guess if they have marksman and uh, long shot, I would assume that you'd probably want to spend the aim for marksman instead, and then spend someone else's aim for long shot. Yeah, I think they're gonna be okay, but they're the shore troopers of Republic.
I just don't know how much they're going to cost or what
Mm.
upgrades they're going to take. I mean, it's nice that they're coming with the 2 currently cumbersome heavies that we have.
Okay,
So at least they can spawn on the board and actually use them turn 1.
nice. There we
But
go.
that's really the only silver lining for them right now for me, because
Okay.
that the price tag not knowing is such a big deal. Because if our only other standard core is 56 points, and our best reference is 52 points for shore troopers, even though it's a separate faction, I don't know what we're. I'm still
Right.
expecting above 50 points.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. So let's see. The regular guys you said are what, 58?
56
56?
for, yeah.
Then I guarantee you they'll probably be sick 58 to 60.
Gosh. I can't. Oh gosh, I don't know. I hope not, because with the lesson they learned from the Clone Commander upgrade, I hope not, because the Surge is so valuable compared to not generating any tokens
Mm-hmm.
outside of the actions you take.
Right.
Um, but I mean, I guess you get a dodge on turn one if you deploy them, which I mean is not nothing, but uh,
Yeah, because then you can give them to your arcs, share them with your arcs or anyone else that's coming onto the board soon. So it's a free dodge.
yeah.
Dang, what was I about to mention? Oh, um, I'm sorry, guys. It was something that was either coming out or something new. Oh, no, I lost it. And it was something
Save it
that,
for next time.
yeah, it was something for the new update. It was something that we were talking, not that we were talking about. Oh, okay, all right. Well, I'm sorry, I can't remember now. Um, but yeah, so the new marksman coming out. Oh, yeah, the points changes. So they're not doing changes until November. They don't
Yes.
want to nerf the sleeper cells yet. They don't want to increase or decrease the riot squads yet. What I wanted to know was how long were clone commandos out before they jacked up the prices for clone commandos? Did they wait?
Or say that one more time.
So the time of release for clone commandos to the time they got
Mhm.
nerfed, was that in the same amount of time as it would have been since sleeper cells were released to the point or the new updates now? Like, did they
That
rush?
is probably longer, but the time from the rework of arcs till that is probably the same,
Okay,
because that was July when we got 2.6,
all right.
and
Because I
then
would,
July to November.
because I know clone commandos came out
So 5 months.
5 months. Okay,
Yeah,
and
5 months for arcs. And what, they came out in December or November?
I don't remember.
So if it's so like also 5 to 6 months. I think we have enough data, guys.
Right.
At
Because
least for sleepers.
yes, no, definitely. Sleeper cells have been overperforming very, very much. And yes, they have white dice, but they surge and trying to get past cover, apparently, with my opponents always rolling really good cover saves. Those sleepers do really well. And with
Hmm.
everything being range 1 to 3, I mean, you have to get into range 3 to finally do something. And then if they save or the heavy cover does a bunch, they're just going to move and then get that aim and then shoot you. And then get a dodge
Yeah.
on top of that from getting a move and being at range 1 of
Mhm.
um, a POI. It's, I think we've had a lot of time, but I just don't think they have had the time, or I don't know what's going on, but I, I feel like even just a nudge of 5 to 8 points for the the astromech
Yeah.
would.
If nothing else, they need to start doing smaller incremental changes instead of these like 10 to 15 point jumps at a time.
Right.
Because it's okay. Just something. Something is better than nothing sometimes, and sometimes nothing is better than something. But we got a neon sign here.
Yes. Um, but yeah, I think that that's mostly it, guys. I think we've kind of covered it all. If you have any other questions, you can go to the Discord. You can ask us in the comments down below after the video is finished. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for joining us, and thanks, Graham, for being here and helping with all the updates.
Yeah, we'll have to do another one of these sometimes. Do another live cast too, because this was cool. We haven't done one of these, so Yeah.
No, I thought it was cool because I figured either in the comments or even in the live chat, people can either post some of the updates that they saw that they liked, they didn't like. They could either give their opinions. If there was something that was worth talking about, at least from one of the comments, that would have been nice. And if there's something we missed, at least they could supplement it in. So
Hmm.
I like these. Maybe we'll try to do another live Q&A at some point and kind of tag everybody and see what we
Yeah.
can do. Maybe during the points updates or something like that. Maybe do another one.
There is always the chance they do one before November. Whether or not that happens is pretty unlikely with the whole starter sets coming out, and that's probably why they didn't do it. Is because they want to get a time for those cards to come out. Why they did it to uh the what are they called? I can't even remember what they're called. The range troopers.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that must have been done a while ago if it was already on the cards and it was already sent to the printers.
Hmm.
Um, which I guess it's got to be the only reason I can think of is just the cutoff date for the printers said no, we're not doing any more points changes for right now.
Okay, that
So,
makes sense.
um, and with November, all four should be out by November, so everyone should have a little bit of time with them as printed.
Okay.
It's the only thing I can think of. I'm grasping at straws here, guys.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah, I'm struggling to determine if I should just get the cards or if I should just wait because I know that all the cards I got from Legacy Legion are null and void, basically. We're not using them. And so that's a whole bunch of money I could have spent on units instead. But yeah, I might just try to do print and play.
I think the command cards are worth it just because you use them so much.
Yeah.
At the very least.
Yeah, command cards,
Um,
I'll definitely get. Unit cards, I'm debating.
yeah. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Well,
good time.
yeah. Well, thanks a lot, guys. We will see you in another stream. So y'all take it easy and have a good night.
Later,
Peace
guys.
out. Yeah, peace out.